Welcome everyone to My Weight World TV. I'm Dr. Brenda, MD. Today's topic is exercise and motivation. Remember, before starting an exercise program, you should talk with your doctor about the type and intensity of your program. With me today is Scott White. He is a certified nutritionist and personal trainer, and also on the board of advisors for My Weight World. Welcome, Scott.
How you doing, Brenda?
Good. Let's start off with talking, if we're going to want to get motivated, we need some benefits. And let's talk about the medical benefits of exercising, like weight loss.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's, reduces triglycerides, increases HDL, loses body fat, increases muscle mass, gives you a lot more functional ability, flexibility, strength.
Right. Helps prevent back pain, osteoporosis.
Definitely.
Yeah, so a lot of good medical benefits. How about the psychological benefits?
Also improve your mood, more motivation, you're going to have a lot more confidence, you'll feel better about yourself, have a better outlook about life.
Increase your endorphins.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. In your experience, what exercise program has the best stickiness factor? In other words, when someone stays committed, is there a particular program that you would suggest for someone to stay compliant with it?
Yeah, completely. I mean, the best thing you should always do is find something that you're passionate about, that you enjoy, that you find, that benefits you and that you like doing, that you'll know that you'll go on a consistent basis and do. And if you can't do that, hire a trainer, hire somebody to keep you accountable, get in a group, something that's going to add a little more additional motivation. Set some goals so then you can look forward to achieving those goals and kind of improve upon that.
Okay. Well, if exercise is so good for us and we can stay committed if we find something we love to do, then why aren't we all doing it?
It's a great question. I wish I could give you the answer, but I really think it comes down to the priorities we set in our life. Anything that we do, we all have busy schedules, from kids to jobs to whatever it may be. And, something is always going to get in our way if we don't have exercise a priority of our life. Just like you could talk about raising kids, and if it's not a priority in life, there's a lot of people who don't raise kids very well. And it's very unfortunate, but if you look at your own health, and you got to be very responsible about yourself and your own health, and take it as a very big priority in your life and be committed. If you work from 9 to 5 or 9 to 10 o'clock at night, well, maybe you should go first thing in the morning and do your exercise. 15 minutes is going to be 1,000 times better than not doing anything at all. So you find how much time you can commit to exercise and, commit that time.
Okay, so raise it up on our priority scale.
Definitely.
Okay. Do you have some unique ideas to help us sneak exercise into our daily lives?
Well, of course, we can always do, little things at home by picking up your laundry, walking back and forth, parking your car a lot further, and when you go shopping, walking on the mall, take the most inefficient route to shopping, and do some more walking, parking, stairs as opposed to the elevators, stairs instead of the escalator. There you go. That's good. I mean, you can always add stuff in. I mean, you could just do exercises while you're driving in your car. Probably not recommended for, getting a
safety.
Exactly. You don't want a cop pulling you over and giving you a ticket for working out while you're driving.
Right. But stretching your knees out, who knows? Right.
Yeah, totally. You can contract your muscles while you're on an airplane. Very simple things. But of course, I always recommend you go to the gym or you do more of a physical exercise, because that's going to get you a lot more benefits. Contracting your abs here and there is not going to get you the weight loss that you really want.
Okay. So what do we tell ourselves next time we want to skip the gym because we just feel too tired? And
well, we can talk ourselves out of anything, and we can talk ourselves to eating bad and all that stuff because it could feel better and it gives us that instant gratification. So you got to realize and be committed that it's your responsibility to take charge of your life, and you choose to go exercise and benefit yourself, or you choose not to. So the best thing you need to tell yourself is commit to yourself and make a promise to yourself that you're going to go to the gym, and you set a schedule and nothing gets in your way. That time is the most important time. For example, Brenda, you have clients that you work with on time to time, or as a doctor, right? You got to look at yourself as the most important client. So if you go and exercise, you are working with your most important client, and you don't take that for granted. You don't let any other client get in that way. You schedule it, and it's scheduled and booked for your day, and you got to get it in.
That's good. That's very good. I think one thing is sometimes you start an exercise program, you start a diet program, then you get on the scale and you see that there's no change. And so then you're kind of like, why am I going through all this effort, making it a priority? And you just kind of fizzles out. So how often should we get on the scale?
Well, I mean, again, there's thousands of benefits we get from exercise, even though our weight may not change.
Right.
So, I mean, you're benefiting in so many other ways that you might not care about, but you got to think about how great that is for your body. But when you get on the scale, maybe every 3 to 4 weeks, no need to get on it every day just because, your weight can fluctuate 1 or 2 pounds or even up to 10, depending on the size of the individual. Okay. So don't stress out by just hopping on a scale. Also, you may look at more to doing better measurements, like a circumference measurement, a body fat measurement, and then if you do weight, you can figure out your body's lean body mass versus how much fat's on your body, and then you can track your progress a lot more efficiently than just hopping on a scale, because what are we really weighing when we step on that scale? Maybe our bone mass or our bone mass increased, or our brain got bigger. We want to know.
Be nice to
and
see.
so exactly, I'd love that. And so you want to have that weight, but you also want to have your circumference measurements as well as your body fat, so then that weight will actually mean something when you're on that scale.
Right. So don't just look at that one number and say, I haven't lost the weight.
Exactly, and there's no reason to stress about it. And if you get on that scale and you've gained a pound, look at what you did prior. What could have happened? Right. And so then
you might have lowered your blood pressure, elevated your HDL, done all that, and you wouldn't even have known it. So you quit exercising
completely.
And you didn't even know you did all those positive things.
If you did put on some muscle and you've lost, say you put on 1 pound of muscle from working out for a few weeks and you lost 1 pound of fat. Well, essentially you're going to weigh the same on that scale.
Right.
And so,
but
every 3 or 4 weeks,
exactly,
you're going to, as time goes on, you're going to look a lot better. So you just got to be consistent with yourself.
Right. Does an exercise diary help?
A ton. I mean, when you track your progress, you can see what's working for you, as well as you can see what may have not worked for you. And one thing you have to remember when you're working your human body out, it takes a while for the body to change. And so you can't go to the gym and pump your biceps and do some push-ups and do some squats and expect your body to lose 40 pounds. It takes segmentally over the course of each workout and time and eating well, your body to make those changes. So if you track your progress, you can see, that you're going to increase weight, you're going to get stronger, you're going to be able to run longer on the treadmill, you're going to improve in so many other ways, so you can track that progress over time and see what big changes you're making within that time period.
So in the diary, what would you suggest to kind of keep track of? Your weight?
Yeah, so you want to keep track of your weight, your measurements, your body fat, and then measure that every month.
And how about endurance and strength and flexibility?
Exactly. So you should track, do an assessment on yourself, or have somebody do an assessment for you where you're tracking your flexibility, sit and reach or something simple. How fast you can run a mile, what weights you're doing on each exercise, so then you can see, your progression and how much weight you've lifted over time, and how you can do a bench press with 10 pounds or 20 pounds now than before you were just doing the bar.
You go back and look in the diary.
Exactly. You can do 10 push-ups or 20 push-ups now, and you couldn't do 1 before.
Right.
And so it gives you a lot more motivation that you're achieving a lot, even though the scale weight might not have changed.
Right.
And so you got to be consistent, and over time that scale weight will change. Right. You just got to be, consistent, committed, and very persistent, dedicated, so you keep that progress going. And of course, diet is very important, and that will eventually get that scale weight to drop.
Okay. Have you noticed that there's a better time of the day? People that are exercising, they're committed. Do you tend to see that they exercise at any particular time of the day? They're the ones that stay committed?
Yeah, typically with morning people who work out, they're super gung-ho and got to go and get the day it. But I just think that's the biggest factor, is that they have work. And so they got to go and get to the gym. You have to be pretty committed to wake up at 4 a.m. to go exercise. Right. But the best time really is the time that you can fit it in, the time that you can schedule it, make that commitment to yourself, and go each day. So I believe you have to make it in a regular schedule day. Right. If it's sporadic, it's hard.
To your own schedule. So for somebody it might be the morning, but for someone it might be 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
If you work a night shift, if the only time you can fit it in is when you get off, then
do it then.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
The
the most important thing is when
your schedule.
exactly, and that you schedule it, and it's the most important thing for you.
Right.
You don't let any interruptions happen.
Right.
You know, you have to be consistent.
Right.
If you get to the point where you work out all the time and you love it and enjoy it, you know, you could miss a day or two.
Right.
But when you start missing a day or two when you first start exercising, it's going to be very challenging to get back on the horse. We want to make it a habit, make it so it's something that we enjoy, and then you'll consistently go. But that's why you have to schedule it and be committed to yourself and take responsibility to always have that commitment. And
right. How about signing up for a 5K race or 10K? Do you think, does that help people stay committed if they have some sort of goal, like a race?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, people do marathons because it gives them a goal. They have something to shoot for, and then they train that whole period of time for that marathon. So they're getting in better cardiovascular shape. They're doing what it takes. So depending on what your goal is, if it's just to run a marathon, you're going to have to take, you know, it's a huge task, and you got to prepare for it.
Right.
And that can get you in better shape. You know, arguably speaking, there's things that are going to get you in better shape than running a marathon and be better for you. But, you know, if it gets you committed and it's a goal, we're very goal-oriented people. Right. We want to achieve a task and draw a triathlon. It makes it fun too, because it gives something that you can do with other people, and you can compare times and shoot for something, you know, that when you run your first marathon, the next marathon you can do, you can cut your time, you know, maybe in half or something, because the shape you were in prior.
Right. Is it better in your experience to have a friend or a buddy to exercise with?
Totally. If you can find somebody that works well with you, and you guys work out really well, and you guys both stay committed, you should never rely on anybody else for your results and to get your in shape. Unless, of course, you're hiring somebody, that's a different story. But that accountability and having that friendship there and having someone to support you, the more people you can support you in the lifestyle of health is going to benefit you. Typically, when people come into me and they tell me how they hang out with their friends and they drink and they smoke and they eat bad, I tell them to get new friends, because you have to make a whole lifestyle change. Or I tell them all their friends to come in and work with me, because then, of course, now they're going to have a whole support group around health and fitness.
Right. All of them get in shape.
Exactly. It's a lot easier when you have that support. But if you have people pulling you away from, you know, that lifestyle,
to the bar, you know,
exactly.
They can have bonding time over the weights.
No, totally. I mean, you get social, you talk, you're going to live better, you're going to be healthier, you know, and it's going to transfer to your children. And
right. They'll see you living a healthy life. They'll live a healthier life.
Exactly.
Is it okay to reward ourselves if we are staying committed?
Totally.
I like the reward.
Totally, exactly. I mean, you want to do something that benefits you. If you dread going to the gym and you hate it, but you look forward to that, you know, maybe cheat meal or that high calorie meal at the end of the week, or you look forward to, if you were consistent with the gym. One thing I see that people do is they wait to reward themselves once they hit a certain weight or they lose a certain amount of inches. Well, don't wait for that. If you're committed and you go to the gym, you know, 15 times in a row, or you make a month with your schedule at that 3 times a week, reward yourself. Buy yourself a new outfit or a new watch or something that you really enjoy and you're really looking forward to, because that long-term success is what's going to consistently get the weight off and keep you healthy and make you more fit.
Can you give us any ideas to make exercise more fun? Yeah,
look at something you're really passionate about, that you enjoy. You know, is it dance? Is it weightlifting? Is it soccer? Is it swimming? Do stuff that you're passionate about. Maybe you just want to play with your kids more, you know, and then add exercise in. Kids are extremely active, or they should be at least. And so go for a run with your kids. Take them for a bike ride. You know, play soccer with them. Do all kinds of activities. Then maybe add some lunges in with them. See how many push-ups they can do. Make it a little competition. Make it a game. Have fun with it. So, I mean, you want to find something that you find enjoyable as well.
Fits in with your family lifestyle.
Exactly. Or, you know, if you love going to the gym, or if you can't find anything fun at all, then maybe you should look for hiring somebody that can keep you accountable and maintain that schedule so you can stay committed long term.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Brenda.
Great interview. I'm motivated. I want to go exercise.
Awesome.
Please tune in again to My Weight World TV so we can help you reach your goal with our community. I'm Dr. Brenda, MD, and thanks for watching.